to another episode with your boy. Or another live stream. Okay. Coffee, water, watches. Bet. What? Stay tripping. We're still. Okay. That's interesting. Okay, so my phone is telling me that I need to change the direction, which is weird. I don't understand that. Anyway, we're gonna keep it moving. There's always something. Or when you go live, there's always something. Orientation is locked. Rotate the device back. Okay, so it's telling me to do it like that. And I don't want it like that. That's weird. Hold on. We're just gonna have to go with it. Okay, so anyway, today I want to talk about like collecting. I just want to have a conversation with you guys. I really want to get some feedback in the comment section about our watch purchasing, our journey, if you will. Have you ever bought a watch and instantly regret it? Like instantly. Or after like a week or two, you just kind of toss it in the watch box and never walk back to that timepiece. I want to know, man, because YouTube, I don't understand for those that are, if you're like me, constantly looking back and forth to different channels, it's always something new, So I'm like, man, I've ran down that rabbit hole. I've jumped in it. Oh, excuse me, hold on. Allergies. Ooh, excuse me. Good morning. What's up, Oscar? Hay fever, y'all. Hay fever. Whew. But anyway, I made a number of watch purchases that I regretted, man. I don't have them in my collection at this time, but man, man, that was like a waste of money. And I know there's like a ton of videos out there that say like the do's and don'ts, the like what you shouldn't do. This will make you a better collector. You know, stop before you buy the next. So I'm just like in today's live, man. I just want to share some stuff with you. I actually have a couple of examples of watches that I purchased that I actually like. I enjoy them. So no particular order, but you know what? I do want to start with one. And this one is actually, I haven't shown this watch in a long time. I actually haven't worn it in a while. But this watch right here, this Hamilton, this piece right here, this watch right here was the one that kind of broke the ice for me going to an authorized dealer. So I can't even remember. Oh no, I do know what it was. It was actually when TGV went to Maury Jewelers. Then you know what? Hold on. 'Cause I'm curious. I am really. This orientation thing is like bugging me out. So I have my secondary device. I just want to see how this looks. Make sure I'm right. Because I'm 4 minutes into it, and I had lives where I went the first 2 minutes with no sound. What's up? What's going on? Welcome in. Okay, all right. I just wanted to make sure I was right, man. So, all right, cool. So at any rate, this Hamilton was the watch that really got me into going to authorized dealers without having, I don't know, it was the icebreaker. Really TGV's situation, you know, because I went there to see the whole event and just get the experience. And I was so impressed with it to where I came back and I was looking at Hamilton's, and this watch right here with the bead blast, this one is a lot larger, but it still has the same mechanics as your typical, the one that was issued to military personnel back in World War II, and that's what really prompted me to buy this particular piece. And even though I haven't worn this watch in quite some time, I still like that. I get this emotional attachment to it, man, because I think about my reasoning for joining the military. One of the reasons why I joined the military, and I think about how many people actually wore the original in battle, and I'm on this side of battle as far as the Army is concerned, but I still think about it. So this is like an heirloom for me, and so I don't regret the purchase. Now I'm gonna tell you what I did. I paid $700 for this watch. $700, right? And with scouring through, you know, like it was a Joma shop and some other spots. There was a couple of other places that sold Hamilton. This watch went for as low as $550, and I was like, oh, I paid, or was this? I say $700. It was like $680 after taxes. I was like, yo, that's crazy, man. Like at the $700 mark, I could have paid the $500 and when it got like a little Casio or something like that. Or I could have saved that for another purchase. But I don't regret having the watch at all. Now, I'm going to show you a watch that I use this watch every night, or almost every other night. And this is this ball. This is ball. What's up, Woody? Wrist check, everybody. Wrist check. Oh, yeah, my bad. This is what I got on right now. Put it in the chat, man, if you've ever made a purchase that you instantly regret, or you regret it over time, or it's still in your box, you haven't touched it, you don't care about it, you may have forgotten about it. And I want to talk about a little, you know what I'm saying, as far as me uploading content to YouTube and watching content on YouTube. And precious, I just want to have a general conversation. General conversation. So I'm gonna tell you a watch that I regret, and then I kind of don't. I'm glad I got into it just to, you know, kind of get a feel for it. But like I bought this ball, right? Now the original ball timepiece I wanted sold out faster than I waited 24 hours. I was like, should I get that or whatever the case was, and I hesitated, and that watch sold out. Pissed me off. But because this one was so cheap, I said, man, this is the cheapest way I can get into ball, and I bought it. It's cool. I don't regret it to the point where, because this is actually being used, and this is not the original strap. I put this strap, I ordered this strap, it was like $10 off of Amazon. I got this just because I walk, you know what I'm saying, like the bracelet, it was too heavy out here, and I really don't want a lot of heft on my wrist while I'm working out or walking and stuff like that. And it's good for me because I walk at night and I can look right down at it when I have to press a button for, like if I want one of my Casios, I have to press the button to, you know, trying to see the time. I can look down immediately and I know what time it is. I know how far I got to go, or whatever the case is. But yeah, this wouldn't have been like my first choice, which it wasn't technically, but I should have waited and I'd have spent a little bit more on a ball that I saw after the fact. So this one was $798 or something, $799, and it's not bad for a ball because I went to wind up Chicago 2 weeks after buying this watch, and I had it with me. And ball was actually there in Chicago, and this watch on their display was $1,300. So in a way, I was like, I still got a good deal, but yeah, that wouldn't have been my first choice. Okay, he has only 7750 platinum. Mother Pearl, be happy. It retains 2/3 of its original purchase price. Yeah. Regret a G-Shock that I never wear. Wow. Okay. Wearing Citizen GMT World Time, a great Citizen JDM. Okay. Do I have any JDM stuff? I don't have any JDM. I don't have any. I may. Do I? I'm not sure. So these are like timepieces that show you another one. Timepieces that, you know, that's the one that I'm glad I got it, but at the same time, I'm like, but this one, I bought this watch, and the price I paid for it, you know, I got a good deal on it. I got this from Trifecta. Jake gave me a good deal, but you know, the next day I thought about it. I was like, man, should I have gotten something else? I thought about it, but then I looked down at it, and I said, you know what? Yeah, this is it. And since then, I've had this watch for over a year, plenty man, look at these scratches, the abuse this watch has gone through. This is the epitome of a tool watch. I have beat this watch down. Beat it down. And it's so reliable. And I like the watch, man. This is just a part. This is an extension. This is equipment. This is not even a watch at this point. This is equipment. This is a part of like my wrist or second skin, if you will. Like, I really like this watch. Don't regret its purchase. One of my favorite watches of all time. It's simplistic. I just like the date. And I remember watching the reviews on this watch. And if you look at the 11 and the 1 o'clock, that was dinged by 2 reviewers because of how it was cut off. Don't bother me one bit. Does not bother me one bit. The ratings for the water resistance and stuff like that, that doesn't bother me one bit because I've been out training in this watch, you know, on my weight loss, whatever you want to call it, and been poured down on wearing this watch. I mean, rain, and it's enough to block the rain out. No wetness, no condensation, nothing like that. I've had it in the shower with me. Had it in the sauna with me. No problems whatsoever. So this one is no, definitely not a regret. Definitely one of my favorite pieces. One of my most useful pieces of all times. Hey everyone listening while driving. Okay, what's up, E-Mac? Now this one, I'll show you. There's a few reasons why I bought this one, right? And I don't regret buying this watch. Now it's aggressive, but like I'm used to it now because I've worn it enough. I wear it during training. This design, even though this wasn't a 1977, it's still that sort of that design from back then. And that's another reason why I got it. Another reason is because it's green and it just looks the business, as I've heard before. This is a utility watch. That was one of the reasons why I got it. And it was inexpensive. So I don't regret getting this piece. The specs and everything, the specs don't always move me. Aesthetics. And then Seiko always has great lume. So once you get this thing on a full charge, that lume is amazing. And then I like the fact that, you know, it does have, like, look at the bezel. There's a compass on the bezel. And then if you flip it over, this is definitely a utility watch. So there's that, I was having a discussion the other day about price proposition, that term being used on YouTube. And depending on how it's used, it's like, I don't buy it. I'm not buying into that. Which I want to talk about that whole thing with YouTube and the entire, you know, buy now or your collection isn't complete unless you have this watch or that watch, and the necessities to reach for the crown. I think from a journalistic standpoint, I love the information that people put out, but I think in some cases, man, it's too much pressure. I think it's too much pressure, man. Like from Instagram, all the Instagram YouTubers, when it comes to horology, man, it's like trying to keep up with so much. And I don't know if you guys do this, but do you ever stack or measure yourself up against somebody else's collection, or measure your collection up against somebody else's? So, like your favorite YouTuber, or maybe there's somebody in the chat that say, hey, I have X, Y, Z, and you don't have that in your collection. You just like, man, what do I have to do to get that watch? That's a serious topic, I think. You know what I'm saying? And this again, today's episode, this live, I would love to have this conversation in general. I would love to have this conversation with other people, a panel, because Just wanted to see where people like the different points of view, perspectives, and whatnot. But I do think that in some cases, man, I think some collectors put too much pressure. And I'm telling you from what I heard or what I read on, man, this week alone, I look at the title, I look at the video, but I'm going straight to the comment section. Straight to the comment section. Sometimes people in the comment section going back and forth with each other. It's so, man, the classism when it comes to these watches, man, is super crazy. I think Seiko discontinued that too. Yes, they did. They did. Thank you for reminding me. They did. Comparison is thief of joy. Yeah. You know what, Rob? I'm reminded of a video you did. Gosh, this was a long time ago. I don't know if you remember this, but you did a video on. You had a Rolex, Submariner, and what was it, an Omega Seamaster, I believe. I mean, I'm talking about this going way years. I don't know if it was like 2 or 3 years ago, but I know you did this video, right? And you were talking about like why. You were explaining your why. And I can't remember all the conversation, man. It was some stuff being said in the chat, but like that's the one thing about being a YouTuber, right? So let me just talk about the YouTubers real quick, and then I can get back into the thing. I don't even know like where to even start with this one, man. Like because I've talked to other YouTubers, and some feel an obligation to have something new all the time. You know, and I know it's good having the numbers. It's good having X amount of subscribers to your channel. So when you do propose a deal with a company, they can see, okay, I'll send you this because the chances of me selling a watch on your channel is great, right? And that has to be like this. Now I know it is pressure because you have to keep up. You have to make sure your production is good. And what about somebody like, because y'all know my stuff raw, bro. Like, and I enjoy what I do, right? And in one sense, I mean, I have had watch companies send me stuff, right? And I've had other collectors send me stuff, but that comes with a price, man. That comes with a price, man, because there is an obligation to people, and then you know you may have entities that put that pressure on you, and it's like, man, you have to perform. You got to do this. You have to do a shout out. You got to do all this other stuff. Pardon the interruption. You got to do all this other stuff, and it's like, what you're like, what do you do? As far as a YouTuber, like something? Because I have talked to some, but you know, I'm like those YouTubers that's at the top. Like, man, I wonder what type of pressure they're under, man. Like how they feel, how they deal with it, man. Like, because it's sometimes I be like, man, I need to vent. I need to get this off my chest, man. Because boy, and that's why I like having these talks, man. Just regular watch talk. Nothing. I don't have any new watches to show you guys at all. What do you think of the Boulevard Super Seville? You think it's worth the $400 to $700? Johnny, I'm glad you asked that question because I've said that. I'm gonna say yes and no. I'm gonna say yes because I like the Seville, and for between that $400 to $500, I would get it because I liked it, and I would want to have that in my collection. It has that precisionist movement in it, and I'm telling you, because I used to sell Boulevard. I'm sold on the brand. I'm sold on the brand. The only thing about Boulevard though, and just going back into what I was just saying, it doesn't fall in the savvy category when it comes to like when you're comparing Boulevard versus a Rolex versus any luxury brand. And if anybody asks, why would you compare Boulevard? Ask that across the endless and mounds of channels that's out there. That's always been a comparison. It's always been a why buy this Seville when you can buy Cartier? I'm like, well, you ever think about the person's lifestyle or think about the person's financial responsibility? because I'm telling you, like I worked at Enterprise at one point, and I prided myself on learning the area that I lived in. Oh, the area that we worked in. I looked at the demographics. What was the most important thing on these people's mind when it came to buying? So when I lived on the west side of Indianapolis, I like in the area that I was in, the top 3% in that area is well over $500,000, right? We had one of those people came to rent from us. Now, for the remainder, everybody else, like there was like 70 to 80% of the people there would make anywhere from $18 to $50,000. But what was the most important thing in their area, right? So they had this mall up the street, shoes, Jordans, most important thing. They'll spend money on that. And then you can tell, this one thing I'm gonna tell you about cars. Somebody pull up in a car, you may see dings and dents and stuff on it, and they like, hey, I own the car, I'm not gonna go get it fixed. It's not really keeping the car from running. So this is how I would literally tell people like, okay, if you come in and you purchase our protection on our vehicle, it keeps you from having to touch your bank account at all or touching your insurance and stuff like that. Most people didn't value that. They were like, nah, I'm not gonna give you an additional $21 for a damage waiver. And I'm gonna have this car for 7 days. They didn't find the value in it. And that was like my job to show the value in it, right? So you think about that when it comes to watches. What do people value? Would you rather go broke showing somebody that you have a Rolex on your wrist or a Cartier on your wrist? And you struggle, you struggle. That's what I'm saying. It's a lot of pressure. And man, in some cases, I feel for YouTubers, man. Like, dude, I felt by me doing this, I felt like, man, dude. And I started out talking about Invicta like crazy. I still talk about Invicta from time to time, but it's like, yo, I need to have certain watches on the channel, or I need to do this. And I don't because you know what I realized? And because we have Random Rob in here, Rob, y'all know if you watch this channel, Rob will show luxury watches. I just saw you had a silver Omega Seamaster on there today. I think you dropped that today. But then he'll go over and have like a notice or like he'll have some other watches, you know what I mean, that you can afford anywhere, like a what was that? God dog it. Y'all know something that's under $1,000. I can't even think right now. So he has a range, but then there are channels that primarily will go straight luxury. So I know the YouTubers like, and I do have respect for like my dude Watch because he will cover Casio, he'll cover like the AliExpress watches, and those are good, dude. You don't always have to buy luxury, and who cares about the story or the history of a watch company? It doesn't matter to everybody. They don't value that. Let me get into the comment section real quick. Boulevard is a great brand, not getting paid to say this. Boulevard is rich in history, definitely a watch to get and great for the pocket, but if you're doing what to spend crazy money, if you don't want to spend crazy money, yeah. That's I'm wearing the Aragon Hydromatic G9 50mm Woody. That's funny because I used the for this actual episode I used the Aragon when they dive watches. Bob Cohen's in the building. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. Bigglesworth. Welcome in. So, Johnny, to answer your question, of course you want to get the best deal out of it, but I think that is a really nice watch. That is a great watch. Great watch. It feels great on the wrist. It looks nice on the wrist. It's a nice watch all the way around. And then it's owned by a great company, so. And I said yes and no because if you may not value that watch like that, you know, consider like ask yourself like, how long you gonna keep this watch? Would you wear this on a regular basis? Are you getting it for a specific thing? You know, I kind of approach it like how my grandmother told me, like, hey, you got to get your money's worth out of stuff, you know. So I definitely try to do that, you know, with the watches I have. I'm gonna show you guys a watch that somebody asked me if this Nomadic was worth getting. Now, this watch has been reviewed, chewed, spit out, and talked about man, I don't know, a few dozen channels, right? This is the Rolex slash Tudor homage. So it goes, if you see there's no crown guards on this thing, it does have the look, which I don't knock them for that because it's a proven design. It is, it's a proven design, man. They redesigned this particular watch because the lugs, the 2023, or was it 2024? No, 2023 model had a ghost date on it, longer lug to lug, and I believe it was a little bit taller, maybe a millimeter taller than this one. So they made the adjustments. They put this because I had a no date. I just wanted time on it. I didn't want any other complications on this watch. And I do have an appreciation for that green. I just like that watch, man. And I like the story that comes along with it. It actually took me down a rabbit hole of learning more about the Titanic, the 6,000 people it took to actually build the actual port or the structure to build the Titanic. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, they built the Titanic and the Olympic together. Two of the largest ships. Wasn't the fastest ship, but it was much larger than the competition because there was another company. I can't remember the name of that company, but this one literally took me down a rabbit hole before I bought it. And besides that, Peter and his team, I met his wife. That was another thing too, because of the entrepreneurial spirit. I was like, I'm living in a day and age where somebody I met is making a watch. They designed a watch and they're producing it. And I was like, and he's from Belfast. And I'm like, huh. That's interesting. Yeah, I'll buy it. There was a lot of elements. This is one I do not regret, and this one definitely got scratches all throughout this watch. The finishing on it is comfortable. I like the watch. Again, I have a lot of faves, but I think this was one of the best buys that I had. And yes, this was $1,000. This is $1,000 watch, but I like it, and it's not too, really. I guess you can compare, like, all right, the price proposition. What are you getting for the watch? How does it compare to, let me show you the case back too. Just in case. So that one, a very unique rotor. And that is mimicking the Nomadic is the actual tender that would take people in mail over to the Titanic. And from the Titanic, thank you. But yeah, you got that rotor back there, which I thought that was such a nice touch. Which that didn't have, what was the rotor? It wasn't this colorway. I think it was the original was silver. But I'll tell you another one they have in there, the all black one. And then they had one that was for St. Patty's Day. Ooh. Yeah, that was one. Let me get into the chat real quick. What's up, Swag in the building? It's hard to be a YouTube star. I know firsthand. Hey, Mr. Wood. You are the man. And we joke and laugh and poke fun with you, man, but I do respect it, and I love what you bring to the table. There's some topics on the Watch Hangout that, like, you just decipher your jokes, your punchlines, everything, man. Like, you make it interesting. You and a few other people make it very interesting to be on this platform. But there are times where, again, there is a lot of pressure. And there's people that I just don't agree with. And sometimes I don't agree with the constant barrage of luxury. Like, and as much as I go and look through affordable options for people, the algorithm will always direct me back to Tudor. And I look at more Panerai stuff than anything. And they will not even, like, YouTube will not recommend anything Panerai. There's not too many people talking about it. And if it is, it's like old videos. You wearing your brew? Oh, you got it fixed? Okay. I have made several purchases I wasn't proud of or disgusted with, but a few of them have taught me lessons, and some have grown on me and other loves afterwards. That's good, yeah. That's what I'm talking about, man. Vintage Boulevard is fire. I prefer vintage over modern stuff for Boulevard. Yeah, I can see that. I can see why, bro. I really can. I've only made a few regretful purchases. And that's when I was influenced by microbrand enthusiasts. That sounds like Skylar. Hola. Let's see. I bought an Orient Bambino because of Teddy Barbasol. Oh man. You know what? I was close to buying an Orient, and I did not. I chose not to. I saw it in person. I think if I bought an Orient right now, it's because of what was said on YouTube is being an affordable option to get the in-house movement, if you will. And I know for a fact I'm not gonna wear it. Not like that. I'll probably wear it a couple times. You guys see a couple of shots, but it'll just go. It'll be thrown right in the box, like. So I'm not even gonna waste my time with Orient. And I felt that like I need to have an Orient in my collection to make it complete. And I'm like, no, I don't. No, I don't. And that's the one thing, man. These influencers, man, I tell you, their vintage watches are fire. I wish they kept that through the years. Watch 6 though, and you know, that is one though. That is one that I don't know why they wouldn't. There's a number of companies that, you know, for example, who is it? Glycine. Glycine has some really nice vintage, like the Glycine Camaro. We're talking going back to the 60s. Bro, like that. Why not have that? Mechanical chronograph, bro, like why not bring that back? That's crazy, man. Like, I mean, because I think, and y'all know as much as I love dive watches, but sometimes, like, man, come on, man, you know, like, can we take a nod back to some of the older stuff, some of the stuff that really got people into collecting, that they got them excited about collecting. That's crazy. I don't know. I went to a couple of watch shops, tried some stuff again. I fight only watch I will buy. Tudor with my Christopher Ward. So you like your Christopher Ward. And you know, popularity and hype has me excited about Christopher Ward, had me excited about Christopher Ward, but I'll tell you what really tipped me over the scale, rather. It was last year. It was last year when I went and they had that moon phase piece. I said, oh my gosh. And then there's another dive watch they had that it's for their Marine National or something like that. And it is similar to the Certina PH diver, or DS, I said PH, the DS diver, but it's blue, crazy orientation. I mean, it reminds you of this in a way. Beautiful dial. They had it there on display, and I'm sitting there looking at it. I'm like, yo, this watch. And that's, for me, where I'm at right now. Right now, I'm all about watches that, if it appeals to me, I'm all for it. I'll show you a watch that this one sparks like an emotional attachment like crazy. And that Gene Kranz, I like this watch so much to the point where I think it's one of the best outside of their cocktail timers. This is one of the best watches they came out with, right? And I understand they got some great dive options. The Seiko 5 stuff is great, but this one they outdid themselves on this one, and it's the backstory of the person that wore the watch. Well, really, yeah. I mean, because you still have Seiko still got the pole, right? Which I don't understand why they do. I appreciate the the quartz, but I think they should have made an automatic version of that, not like the original. Yeah, or whatever. Yes, my Orient Kamasu bracelet was crap. Crystal had no reflective resistance, and the dial was more brilliant on the website than in real life. Couldn't get it more accurate. Ooh. Jay Jones, what are you talking about? Show what new piece? I don't have no new piece. I told you, bro, like, I am not buying anything. Bro, I'm not buying nothing, bro. What are you talking about? Man, listen. You know what I got? And let me just say this. I do have to give a special thanks to my man Jake over there at Trifecta, because y'all see that piece right there? Where's that? Same glycine I've been having, but it's on this strap, man. Ah, that's right. That's right. You're stupid. That was on time, boy. Yeah. That's my assistant over here. Everybody needs a Vanna. None should do reissues of vintage models and correct smaller case sizes. That jumbo stuff makes some cheap to me. You know what, Ben? I will agree with you on that one, because when I look at some of their pieces, the larger pieces in comparison to some of their unique stuff, yeah, it's like you can't even tell they're in the same family. Like, okay, yeah, it looks more like a mall watch. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I understand, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, those watches actually sell. Because I see people, they buy those watches all the time because they do sell them, like, in Macy's and stuff. So those like the quick pieces. So where people that don't want to spend $700 to $1,000 and like, hey, I can just buy this $300 to $400 piece. It's sizable. It matches my outfit. It's more pronounced. Like, I mean, everything's large on it, but yeah, I get it. After being on Watch Crunch, I also got Mr. Jones watch. Chick might never get. I saw that, man. You know what? I think it's I see the thing about the Mr. Jones watch. I like looking at it, and that's one thing I love about going to these wind-up shows or these events. And I would love, man. I wish I could go out to that Philly show, man. But like, dude, I'll much watch the Mr. Jones watch from a distance or just look at it. I got a couple pictures of them. I think they're cool watches, man. I know I'm not gonna wear it though. You know what I'm saying? And if I do wear it, it's going to be like to a Comic-Con or some novelty event or something like that. It won't probably get worn twice a year or go on vacation 3 times a year. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. My cheapest watch. I don't wear much. The Tudor Pelagos 39 dominates my wrist over the cheap brands. And that's where I'm at, y'all. That's where I'm at right now. For example, I for the past few weeks, I've either had this on or this piece right here. Now I don't care about the GMT. I do not care. And I'm going on record, I do not care about the GMT function. I travel sparingly. I don't go overseas, and if I do, like, I'm going to places that's like an hour behind me or an hour ahead. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's nothing. Whatever. I can use a collar style GMT for that. I don't too much care. I don't care about this. I just got it. I like it. I want to, you know, have that movement in my collection. And that's another thing. Just being honest, being 100 with you guys. I purchased a True Travelers GMT in Miota 9075 because of all of the content I've read. The movement you want to get that, and you want to have a True Travelers, you want to be able to adjust the time back and forth and change the dates. Like I said, okay, gotta get it. Now that I have it, I just like the aesthetics of this watch. That's it. My time fortress is what I'm calling it. Right? And I don't know if that title's been used on something else, but that's what I like to call this thing because of the way it's made. And I have no problem with Islander. The clasp, you know, based on the price and stuff like that, I understand like the clasp. This is one of the things that people complain about. It's generic. Hey man, the best part is looking down at this watch. I like the heft of it. I like the way the numbers are raised. It's a lot to this thing, man. Yeah, it's mesmerizing. When I can look at a watch and it's just like, oh, yeah, this is it. It's a watch that's tells serious time, but it's not taken too serious. But it's still a collector's heirloom type of deal. Yeah, I like this. I like this. I think it's important. And again, too, the 2 people that actually created this watch, that did the collab, I laugh at the fact that there's been so much controversial stuff said about both of them. You know, and I seen yesterday when Mark had did a call. He had a call to action yesterday. Call to action. I'll refer you guys back to the video he did. You know, the young man from Colorado watches, man. I believe he suffered a stroke, and they had to GoFundMe to help with medical bills and stuff like that. So if you missed that video, go check out the latest video Mark put out. Panerai is okay if you have a giant wrist. Just get a fake Panerai. Rock that Fugazi submersible. I got a couple of homage Panerais too. What's good? And what's your top watch for the month of August? Is that you asking Jay or you asking me? Yes, Panerai was the first watch I wanted until I tried another AD. Panerai, huge. They are big. The best micro brands as far as style of this movement: Isotope, Fair, Formex, Christopher Ward, man. Yeah, Formex would be my number one. Out of that, Christopher Ward strong second. Isotope be third. Oh wait a minute, wait. I don't know, Fair. I like Fair too though. Yeah. I still don't own a Christopher Ward. For some reason, I'm hesitant. Maybe it's because the enthusiasts are raising over too much. It is hype, bro. It is hype. But you have to, I don't know, man. It's one of the things, bro, if because you're hesitating, I mean, you may not ever buy it because the way you're interested, like the stuff that you're interested in, there'll be something else. And then I'm sure, like, whatever you accomplish today, you're going to reward yourself. And it may not be a Christopher Ward, it may be something else. So, man, you know what? I'd like to see if you went out and changed your oil or had to change a tire or something like that, man. I ain't even telling what you would buy yourself from that one. That Seiko is top 10 in your collection to me, Trap. Oh, yeah. Have to go. All right, Ramon. Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate it, Billy. I know. To love Christian Ward, but their design just don't speak to me. The only micro brand I have is the. I've never heard of this brand. It's an aircraft I've heard of, but the Gravithin Focus Scope, I've never heard of that. Never, ever. Not see, man. Why you do this to me, Biddlesworth? Come on, man. This is crazy. Look, man. Let me get out of here. Let me see, man. Y'all, bear with me, y'all. Talk amongst yourselves. I appreciate y'all for being here. Oh my gosh. Ooh, these are interesting. These are weird. And which one did you say? The focus scope? Receiver coupon. Get out of here. No. I don't want all this. Gosh, they kill me with all the advertisement. The focus scope. Oh, the focus scope has sort of that same bracelet. Like, can y'all see that? That is. Hey, bro, you know what? Oh, the loom on that thing is sick, bro. Yo. So the bracelet is reminiscent of that right there. Man, you ain't right. It's not expensive either. Neota 30, 90, 39. What did you do? Why are you here, Biddlesworth? Oh my gosh. I don't need anything else on my radar, but that is a cool watch. That is a cool watch. Dang. That is super different, man. That is so far out. And but see, that's the stuff that I like. I actually like that, man. That's crazy. Then today, I Force Commander, black dial, titanium case, green, on strap. The Airman, yep. Glycine is top 10 in your collection as well. Thank you. I'm proud of myself. I haven't bought anything in 7 days. Ooh. When my wife approves of a micro brand, then I know it's legit. She says it looks cheap or ugly. I have an Orient Komatsu. Mine is running pretty good. I bought a bracelet from Long Island. Yeah, I found new enjoyment from my older addictors. And you should put them suckers through their paces. Well, I know, I'm sure you already put them through your paces, but like spruce them suckers up. Get you a new strap or something. Yeah, Bob got a lot of heat. I don't care about GMT function either, but a Rolex GMT Master 2, I just had to have. GMT is purely aesthetics for me. I don't travel across a lot of time zones. I go to New York, I'm not 1 hour difference. Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. No one deserves, no one, good question, man. Hey. Man, diary watches, man, are it. But you know, here, show you. Ultimate. This one is just that one right there. I personally would have never thought that I would like something like this. This is a 39 millimeter, and it plays like a 39 millimeter, sometimes a little smaller. But this watch right here, cream of the crop for me. Cream of the freaking crop for me. This watch is super comfortable. I love what it represents. I love the aesthetics. It tells time well. Of course, it's chronometer certified. And if it ever gets out of whack, of course, I'll send it back to get it updated. I'll pay the money for it. I will invest the money to keep this watch running. This is something that I definitely will pass down to family. And like, I got my boys and then my grandbaby. So I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna just put this on YouTube. So if this is shown back later on, once I'm gone, and my kids are fighting over who gets what, this goes to the grandbaby. Y'all keep y'all mitts off of it. How about that? You guys can fight over whatever's left. All right, like maybe this right here. But yeah, that one's definitely, because I definitely enjoy that watch. That is I do not regret that purchase type of purchase. Man, I'm still thinking. I'm like, them all hilarious hearing people talk. Hey, wait. Oh, okay. Hold on. Let me just say this. 300 meters, 200 meters, 150 meters, 100 meters, 50 meters, 1,000 meters. For all of the dive watches that have these big ratings, all this other stuff, bro, stuff that you would have to strap your watch to a submarine to actually test it out. And even if you did, and the sucker exploded, like what? You're not going to do that. Who cares? Like your watch, okay, the fact that it has that 300 meters on there, nah. You know what I like to have for me? And this is one thing I do like about the Certina, is it has a shock system around the case and around the movement. So when I'm out doing my thing, this is another reason why I wear this one, because this one has a shock system around the case, I believe, but it does protect the movement from, I believe, is it sideways impact? Keeps it from, I think it's sideways, side to side. Because I have Kevlar gloves. I don't have a punching bag, but that's a part of my workout. That watch has not lost time, and it is robust, and it can stand up to it. If I'm not wearing that, then I wear my G-Shock when I'm wearing my gloves. So either the G-Shock or that one. And I think that is super dope having an analog watch that can do that have that feature. The water resistancy, bro, I don't care, bro. Like, I'm going to get in the water, and the furthest I'm going down is 20 feet, if that. That's it. That's it. That's all I need. Like, I'm getting in the pool. Like, you know, I just left the Bahamas, and last year, I wore this. I got in the water with this one. This 200 meters, but I don't think I'm going to go anywhere close, remotely close to 200 meters. Absolutely not. Check it out. I got the Cosmos. Littlesworth, you a bad influence. Yeah, I saw the meteorite down, and you're a bad influence. But that is a dope watch, though. Don't be surprised if I pop up with one. And boy, you selling it, Littles. I can't stand. I'm about to end this live, man, because, man, that's crazy. Littlesworth is on here. You need a YouTube channel. I just haven't put it on yet. I got one. I got the white strap for this right here. I haven't put it on yet. I will. What watch do I want next? That's a good question. There is a visitor that I want. And there's actually it's a weird design or simplistic, but I think they're gonna be out there. Was it Mark Time watches? I like that watch, man. It's not like I feel it's the best. I mean, because I got all these other watches in different orientations from different watches or whatever, but like it's simple. It's a simple watch, man. Like the hands are like blocky, man, and I'm like, I like that, man. I just want something like really basic, simple. Because I have some watches that have complications on it that I like. Some that just got the funky dials. I got the meteorite. I have so many different watches, right? Anything else? If I was to get something, I do like the watches that have the open work case back, and you can just see the movement just beautiful. The only thing is, I don't want to spend a lot of money on that because I'm getting it just to look at that case back, enjoy the craftsmanship in it and whatever. This is one thing I do like about luxury watches. You know what? I'm gonna tell you a watch that I want to see in the metal is an FP Journe. I want to see one in person. I just want to hold it and check it out, look at it. But for me, yeah, I don't know, man. I'm keeping it like micro brand simple. And if I do get another watch, I'll tell you this. Longines will possibly be like another big option for me. Even though I have one, and I don't have that with me. That, just to add to this, that's one that I regret. I should have just spent the money on something else, another Longines. It's cool I got into it, and the only reason is because I like the watch. I think it's really nice. The blue one is crazy. But then once you get down to the actual hardware, when you get to the bracelet and everything, I don't like the fact that it's Longines. And Longines allow companies like Nomadic that has, how long? Nomadic is a 4 or 5 year old company, and they have a setup, the finishing, the bracelet, ease of use, everything on this watch screams luxury. And they're in the same price. Like they're in the same price. And I would choose a Nomadic over getting a Hydro Conquest, the inexpensive one, the one that's $1,100. I would go with this one over that one. I just would. Now get it. That one has a longer power reserve, does, which I do like power reserves. What's up, House X? I see you in there. Yeah, that's one that I should have just waited and spent a little bit more. I would have got the Heritage, the one with the moon phase. And granted, the moon phase it's not gonna, I just like that complication. I like the way it looked. Not that I need it, but I just like the way it looked. So I guess in a roundabout question, I'll say like the watch I want would be I want a Conquest. I want a Conquest. I do. I want a Conquest. And I want a Citizen Series 8. One with that bronze dial, salmon dial, or whatever you want to call it. That's what that Series 8 is serious business, man. And I don't care who's sleeping on Citizen, that's what I like. You think Fortis is good, is Brightling when it comes to performance? I think they're like, from the people that I know that own a Fortis, they have no complaints. And I like the Fortis, man. Oh my gosh, the Fortis is such a beautiful watch, man. The one that I want. Sheesh. I like it, man. Hold on, let me see here. Let me get out of this watch over here. I'm going to show you guys the one that I had the eyeball, and I went to wind up in Chicago, and they had a chronograph that jumped out at me. And I'm not a chronograph guy like that. I do like the complication. I'm not going to use a chronograph. Who's that? Brightling watch is 70% off. I think that was Joma Shop. Just came through. Does anybody here shop Joma? Why is it not pulling up? It's not pulling up. I have the Grand Komatsu. It runs between 2 to 4 seconds a day. Okay, that's, hey, cost certification, man. I tried to rush out the house this morning to be on time for a meeting. Now I'm waiting. You deserve a new watch. Wow. Hey, this thing is actually, it's not. Fleeger, come on. I got one video up. You do? Oh, so you out here influencing people for real, for real. That's the one I want. That bad boy right there. I saw that at Wind Up. I put it on. Oh yeah, that thing was amazing. Maybe I'll add a video of this. Hey, man, go for it. And if you do, man, send me the link, man, so I can check it out. Your Universal Janelle Pole Router Jet 1.8 was 18 karat gold circle. Like, you are definitely a vintage guy. You are definitely, yeah. Pardon the interruption. The only sacrifice with Joma is you don't get the manufacturer's warranty, you get Joma Shop warranty. Yeah. This will help satisfy my JLC collection. I've gotten several good deals from Joma. No problems with the watches. I bought this, and that's where I got this ball from. I got that from Joma, so. Kev said he. See, I love me some discounts on Hey, what we rocking today, boss? I have on my Tissot Carbon. He went live. I was watching a video. He had CQ had a video. He was sitting down with the collector, man. I watched that this morning. Super dope, man. It's just like, you know what the thing about it, man. And yeah, we're gonna bring this to a halt so I can go to work. You know the one thing about this whole thing is regardless if you regret it or whatever, you have to make your mistakes or whatever the case is. I have purchased watches on like just to get that dopamine hit. You know, like I have to get something new. I had watches coming in all the time, and there are a lot of purchases that I regret. There's some purchases I regret not jumping on, man. There was some watches that I had an opportunity to get and I did not. You learn from your mistakes, man. But the biggest thing is, there was a comment that somebody left yesterday, and I'm not gonna idolize the watches or worship them so much to the point where I'm missing out on life. I like a story. I love the story behind why people bought the watch that they got. Some people buy it to commemorate 25-year anniversary. Some people buy it because they just launched their first business, man. Somebody wrote their first book. All the stuff that people, and they're like, hey, this is the watch that they had. Just like the Pope, right? Or the Gene Kranz. You know what I'm saying? Like, that man just wore the Seiko. Mission Control. He like, the flight commander literally was a part of mankind going out in space. Now, I'm not here to argue if we ever touch down on the moon or not, because I know the controversial videos are out there. But trust me, one thing we can all agree on is that mankind created this huge vehicle with this big freaking missile-sized rocket propelling men up to out of space. And dude, he was a part of the solution, getting these men back down to Earth. And he would have never known that watch would be issued out or reissued as being something prestigious in human history. You know what I'm saying? So I just like the stories that's going behind watches, man. And even though I'm focused on that, and I know I'm not gonna buy every watch. For those that like Rolex, if you get it because you actually like Rolex, get it, grab it, buy it, grab the crown. For status, don't go broke, man. Trying to think about that, bro. Think about that, sis. You gonna buy a watch to please some strangers? People that like, you will never see these people possibly. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're just as real as the comment section. That is the extent of your relationship with these people. Oh, nice watch. That is dope. That ain't worth it to me. If you do that, that's on you, man. I'm just only sacrifice with your. Okay, yeah, I read that. The more watches I buy, the more I have to invest. So I'm in it for the thrill, baby. Hey, it's nothing wrong with that, bro. Like, I get a kick out of your comment section, man. I get a kick out of the stuff, man, bro. Ben, you add so much flavor to this. Like, real talk, bro. I really dig going back and forth. The banter we have, the questions, all the stuff, and what you got on the wrist. I enjoy that stuff from everybody, pretty much. That focus scope watch is nice. Just a little small for me. Yeah. That's the other thing too. What do you represent? A group of people that flip that whole conversation on its head about people gravitating more towards smaller dials. That's not the case. That's not the case. That may be the majority, but there's people out here that have to have 44 all the way up to 55 millimeter. There's nothing to argue about. It's nothing to argue about. And you can hate it all day, you can like it, love it, whatever the case is. It's not even an argument, because you're not going to change that person's mind on what they want. They have to change on their own or switch up, because my passion for certain watches have evolved and changed over time. I've gotten to the point now where, man, I'm so selective with the way I collect watches now. You can recommend it. That don't mean I'm gonna pick it up and run with it. Not the least bit, no sir. So, yeah, I have a 7-inch wrist, so anything over 42 generally looks like a dinner plate on my wrist. And so like my wrist size, because I came down in weight, my wrist size got up to 7.5. So I can wear like a large lug to lug. Like now, I don't want something too heavy. Like if it's too heavy, I don't want it. I'm done. I don't want to fool none of it. I mean, 1,000 and over get you. Yeah. Hey. And unfortunately, yesterday's $500 watch is now $900 today because of the price increases, man. It's still a $500 watch because that's where it started. The technology of that watch, the movement, everything else is the same. It's the same. You didn't do anything to that watch to make it worth that, but like because the way the industry is, prices are going up. So, I mean, you can still find some good watches, man. And that's where I'll say the Chinese market, we say that for a whole different conversation, another video. But I will say the Chinese market right now, AliExpress, they are killing it. And I see that because go on Instagram. I guess you can go on YouTube and look at those guys that are showcasing, right? AliExpress brands, my dude watch. But go to Amazon and go look at some of these watches, these offerings that they have from Pagani. What's the other one? Any one of those homage pieces. Look down at what's being sold. Proof is in the numbers, man. Like that right there is showing there ain't nobody touching it, man. Even Aragon and even Invicta, like they numbers is like, bro, people buying these watches like crazy. So there's still a lot of viable options under the $500 mark, all day, every day. All right, with that being said, I'm out of here, y'all. I got to go. Gotta go to work, and I'm not wearing this to work. I gotta change to see what watch I'm wearing to work. Boo. I might throw on this. I didn't show y'all my glycine. Did I show you? No, I didn't show you this one. I'm gonna wear this one today. All right. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate you. And until the next lightning strike, man. Oh, tune in to Skylar because I'm pretty sure he's gonna go live for me. He'll be up in Philly this weekend. So tune in to my man, support, and all that good stuff, man. So y'all be blessed.